What's up, y'all? It's Jimmy coming to you guys with another video. Before we get into the video, as always, make sure to rate, comment, and subscribe. And when you guys hit subscribe, please make sure you guys are hitting that notification button. So getting right into the video, another month has passed us. It is currently very early on in December, which means we have one last month in this new year for fire sneaker releases. That doesn't mean it's gonna stop by any means, but I do think honestly in January, February, and March, the sneaker releases do tend to slow down a little bit, and I really might be saying that with really no evidence whatsoever, because just watch Nike, Jordan Brand, New Balance, Adidas just dropped some crazy heat at the beginning of the new year. But nonetheless, we do have one more month to go through, and I did want to do a walkthrough of our upcoming sneaker releases for December 2021 with y'all. So I won't be going through every single sneaker that's going to be dropping in this month, but really more so highlighting the ones that I think you guys should be interested in, or the ones that are probably going to be a little bit more hyped. At the end of the day, I can't tell you what to be interested in, but I myself am just gonna highlight the key sneakers that I think are gonna be most talked about for this month. So coming out on December 9th, we have a pair of KAWS, Salehe, and Nike Blazer Lows in two colorway. One is a purple dust, and then the other one is called Reed. Personally, for myself, just looking at the two, I would probably go with the Reed. I honestly have never been the biggest fan of the Nike Salehe Blazer model. There's just something about it where I think it looks a little bit too funky for my preference. I wouldn't even say funky. There's just something about it I'm just not a big fan of. We'll see, because KAWS is a collaborator on the shoe, it does make the shoe a little bit more appealing, just seeing the infamous KAWS symbol right there on the side of the shoe. I don't know about these really. Retail is $140, and when it comes down to it, I'd probably pass on this, but I could see a couple people really liking the shoe. And then on December 11th, we have something a little bit different. So this one is called the Casablanca X New Balance. Model is XC-72. These are coming out on December 11th, like I mentioned, and retail price is $150. So this is a really nice shoe to me. The model is definitely something a little bit new, a little bit different. But I don't know, there's just something about the shoe. Maybe it's just that cream and beige colorway, because every time I see that on a shoe, I just automatically think about how wearable that shoe is. So this right here is definitely going to be an auto cop. Maybe I'll cop this for myself and show you guys a little review, because like I mentioned, sneaker releases are a little bit slower, at least for myself. So maybe picking up these newer models, showing you guys, maybe you guys can get a glimpse of what is out there besides your typical Air Jordan releases. And then on December 11th, we have the infamous Air Jordan 11 Cool Grays. Every year towards Christmas time, Jordan Brand will always drop a pair of 11s. They've been doing so for the past 11 or 12 years, I believe. But this is a very infamous shoe. There's really not too much to be said. I actually do have these in hand and have a review on them. So make sure you guys go check that out, because the shoe is absolutely fire in person. And then again on December 11th, we have a pair of Yeezy foam runners in the sand gray colorway. Retail is $80. These are actually not too bad. I'm not hating them. There is like that hit of blue mixed in with the different shades of brown that I think is actually pretty nice, but not hating on these whatsoever. In my opinion, if you can get any of the Yeezy Slides or the Yeezy foam runners for retail, I really don't think it's a bad purchase, because first of all, retail is already pretty cheap on these, and I know at the end of the day you're paying $80-$90 for a pair of just literally foam. But if you guys did want to make your money back, that option is always there. And then on the 13th, you have two pairs of Yeezy Slides that are coming out. I think they're actually a restock. One is the Orchard color, and then the other is the Pure. So these have actually came out already. So it looks like Yeezy or Adidas is doing, I guess, a restock just before the holidays. People are probably going to want to buy them up. But like I said, if you guys can copy these for retail, I don't see why not. Maybe if you don't like them, you can resell them or re-gift them to someone. But nonetheless, I think these would be a pretty good solid cop in the middle of the month. And on December 14th, we have two colorways, and I'm gonna butcher the name, but I think it's Salehe, Bembury, and that is his collaboration with the Crocs. These are absolutely super fire. You know, I know a lot of people might think I'm clowning, and yeah, to some degree, right, they are a very funky looking shoe, but they are just so different, right? Like I do have a pair of normal Crocs that I absolutely love, but I think this right here is kind of like a nice step up because for me, Crocs are nice, but they're not really super fashionable in a sense. Like they're just so casual. Like everyone knows them as Crocs. They're almost like kind of gimmicky. But these right here, I think are a nice transition for Crocs to enter that a little bit more fashionable space, you know, because you know you do have all these different slides that are coming out. You have your Birkenstock clogs, Birkenstock Bostons, all these Yeezy slides, right? So I think this is a good way for them to compete in that market, and I think they did a really good job with these two colorways. I'm definitely gonna be trying for this your urchin colorway and maybe even this cucumber. Both are super fire. So if you guys are looking for a very cozy clog looking shoe, I would highly recommend these, even though I don't even have them in hand right now. And scrolling down, I actually noticed there were two more colorways. One is the Menemsha, which is like a tan, almost looks like a sandy color. And then the other is a stretch, which looks like a pure white. So really all four colorways have given you or are going to give you a pretty good color palette to choose from. So whichever one you want to go for, I mean, I really don't think you can go wrong with them. Next up on December 16th, we have the Nike Dunk Low Championship Goldenrod. So this shoe holds a very, very, very special place in my heart because this is actually probably one of the first dunks I ever got when I was like, I want to say in 5th grade or 4th grade or 5th grade. It was like 2004 to 2005. I don't know if it was exactly this because I believe the black panels on my pair of dunks were actually like a wool material. You know, I wish I still had them to show you guys. But yeah, nonetheless, this colorway in general, I just absolutely love. It also kind of like embodies like a low top Wu-Tang dunk, which, you know, you can't go wrong with. So super fire dunk. I'm going to be trying to go for these to keep as personals. And then also coming out on December 16th, we have a pair of Air Jordan 1 Element Gore-Tex in the light bone colorway. So I know these aren't super hyped by any means. Not that many people are really even trying to go for them. But I myself, because my girlfriend has moved to New York, I have been trying to find a pair of boots, a pair of weather resistant shoes, and really for myself, I've never really been the biggest boot person. Just with boots, I'm a little bit particular just because, right, some of them can be a little bit too narrow, some of them can be a little bit too wide. Doesn't mean I'm not going to try to find a boot, but I'm not going to dive into that. But nonetheless, I think these are actually a pretty nice colorway, right? Very simple, very clean, slight bone color. I think, you know, this is something you could wear with a bunch of different outfits. So if you guys happen to live anywhere where it snows a lot, I think this would be a pretty good purchase. On December 19th, we have another pair of Air Jordan 1s. These are dubbed the handcrafted, so a very cool color blocking that I honestly have never seen myself. It does look a little funky just because there are a bunch of different colors that you wouldn't really think would mesh with each other, but I will say that they do look pretty good together. So, you know, I need to see a little bit more pictures of the shoe, but just from a first glance, I'll say these actually look pretty good. On December 22nd, we have another pair of Air Jordan 1s. This time it is a women's edition colorway called Atmosphere. So I could have sworn maybe there was like an Art Basel, or maybe there was like a famous collaborator with Air Jordan that dropped a colorway that was very similar to this, and they were super pricey. I can't think of it off the top of my head, but these right here aren't, you know, they aren't my favorite, to be honest. Like there's nothing about them where I go like, yo, I definitely need those. I do think the pink on the Air Jordan 1 outsole is going to get dirty extremely fast for some reason. You know, I think I've just seen that pink colorway worn, and just over time it just really doesn't look good with a couple of wears, at least in my opinion. So these are one to look out for, but for myself, I'll probably pass on them. And then moving closer to the end of the year, on December 28th, we have a pair of Nike Dunk High Moon Falso. So these really remind me of like the Shadow 2.0s. that came out, but in like a dunk form version, and then the shade of gray is also very different, right? These are only really being mentioned because they are a dunk. To be honest, I really do feel like that dunk craze has really mellowed out. It doesn't really seem like that many people are too interested in dunks anymore. So I really do. So do I think these will sell out? Yeah, because at the end of the day, you're gonna try to buy a pair of dunks on sneakers and they're gonna sell out. But do I think they're worth copying? These I'd probably take a pass on. And to close out the year, Jordan Brand is giving us an absolute banger. I know a lot of people had mixed feelings on the shoe just because it is such an iconic shoe, and then Jordan Brand has, they haven't released a shoe in maybe I want to say like 5-6 years or something like that. So for them to drop this shoe and do it in a way that they've never done it before was almost very risky, I want to say, but good on them because I do have a pair of the originals, so I kind of wanted to keep that for myself. But also, nonetheless, I think this material actually does look pretty fire. And the shoe I'm talking about is the Air Jordan 1 High OG Bred patent. So I mean, just looking at this shoe, you guys, like I said, this might not be for everyone. Even for myself, I am not the biggest patent leather fan. I don't think it's like a super practical material, and sometimes it's a little bit too shiny for my preference. But there's just something about the color blocking of the Bred that just works so well with this patent leather. So even though I'm pretty sure a lot of people are bummed that Jordan Brand isn't dropping just regular leather Breds, I think these are a good alternative until we eventually get that pair of Bred ones that are just done absolutely perfect. But those are all the sneaker releases that are coming out in December. Like I said, there are a pretty good amount of sneakers coming out. So let me know down below in the comments which sneakers you want to cop for the month of December. But the shoes that I'm going to be excited to cop for this month is definitely the Air Jordan 1 Breds and the patent leather material. The second shoe is the Nike Air Jordan 1 Gore-Tex, really just to see how they hold up in the snow. And then the third shoe, I forgot the name of the collaborator, but the Crocs that are coming out on December 14th in those 4 colorways. Definitely going to be trying to cop, if not one, honestly all the colorways, just because they are so fire, and I want to do a showcase for you guys. And also even do a little lookbook with the different outfits you could pair with them. But this is going to wrap up the video. Until next year, I'll catch you guys later. Peace.